Hi everyone! Today I will show you my very small art haul. First, I tried to make an order in American art store Jerry Artarama. I tried to purchase paints and brushes, but I was so disappointed. First, they refused to accept my credit card because it's issued in Ukraine. Even if it's in American dollars and I regularly pay with this card on Amazon and other online shops in USA, it's okay that they don't deliver in my country. It's not a problem. But it's the first time when I got problems with my credit card. Then I tried to pay with the PayPal. They charged my card with $1. It's okay, but then I immediately got a message that my order was cancelled without any explanations. Well, I was so offended and frustrated, like people in my region can't have decent art supplies. So I decided to consolate myself, to cheer myself up, and I went to my local art store. First, I needed something where to put my brushes and pens because I really love when I have everything near me, especially when I film video. It's very convenient when I can just have everything around and take what I need. This is a very cute house for my brushes, and I love that here we have a bookshop, and look at this cute cat. I think that maybe I will paint it using acrylic paints, but even if unpainted it also looks cute. There were also another houses in this series, so maybe I'll go and purchase also flower shop and cafe. Next I purchased paints. I have a special swatch book for all paints apart from watercolors. Watercolor paints I swatch on watercolor paper. So here I have mix of gouache and acrylic paints. Gouache is very cheap here, and we have paints by Russian manufacturer, the same who makes White Nights watercolors, and they are of artistic quality. And also we have Ukrainian manufacturer, and cost is also ridiculously cheap and quality is quite good. Here I have all gouache paints which I already own, and now I will add my new colors. I purchased one green from Masterclass brand. I am always in search of natural looking greens, and it's more like a gray green, maybe not on the camera, but it's a good color and I'm sure it will be looking good in mixes. And another one is by Ukrainian manufacturer. The cost is 50 United States cents, so it's very cheap. But I love the color range and how it lay down. Very smooth, matte and thick. Very nice coverage. I think that gouache paint is very helpful in coloring due to its opacity. It can create a quick and bright background to cover black lines. You can use it for correcting places where you made mistakes, and you can also paint something, of course. I am not very good at mixing gouache paints yet from primary colors, so I decided to purchase new colors, especially if they are of good quality and they are already so beautiful. And I definitely know that I will use this lilac color in my next project. If you paint, you can apply gouache with thick artistic strokes, but for coloring background you could also get nice and smooth surface. It's also nice that gouache could be stored for a long time, and even if you use gouache only rarely and your paint dried, you can always add water and reactivate it, which is impossible with acrylics. Also, I purchased white titanium gouache, which is my favorite. Here I have all my acrylic paints. My favorites are Italian brand Memory and Dutch brand Amsterdam, which is produced by Royal Talents, and I added another two small tubes of Amsterdam acrylics. I decided to purchase these two pinks, and both colors are opaque because Amsterdam they have transparent, semi-transparent and opaque, and you can see the appropriate signs on the package. Amsterdam acrylic are light fast, but really I don't care about light fastness, but I care about opacity, so when I make swatches I always mark this. Amsterdam acrylic and Memory acrylics are so creamy that it's a real pleasure to paint with these paints. And also I love that Amsterdam have very wide range of colors, and colors are complex, very interesting shades, so also very nice that I don't have to mix them by myself because I'm quite inexperienced in it. I also needed olive green for my next project, but I wasn't able to find it in Amsterdam series, so I purchased one from Ukrainian manufacturer. These paints are also of very decent quality. I love them. Also we have some opaque, some transparent, and olive green here is semi-transparent. I must confess that I really love to have paints in tubes. Maybe in this way I feel myself more like an real artist. I know that it's ridiculous, but I really love to admire and play with my stash of tubes. Next I purchased some paints of lesser quality. They are not for painting, they are more suitable for decoration, but I wanted to repaint some of my things to use these paints for the decoupage, but also they are also helpful for creating interesting backgrounds because colors are also complicated, beautiful, and I just have to test how is the coverage, how opaque they are. So I draw a black line here for swatching, and I think that they are pretty decent also. The first one is called Green Tea and it's much darker on the camera. In reality it's more pastel color, very pleasant. The next one is Amethyst and the third is Plum. I purchased these colors because I have in mind a project with lavender, so I think these colors, these paints will be very helpful. And the last one is Dark Carmine. And I already know for which picture, for which background I want to use it. Let's go to my next purchases. I needed a new sharpener and I prefer to use a very simple sharpener by German company Kamm. Usually I have this Kamm long point and I use it for all my Prismas and other brands, and I never have any problems with broken leads. Here we have spare blade also, which is very convenient, and this one also by Kamm but with only one blade. This one I purchased only because it's so cute. Look here. I think that it's funny, but quality is also quite decent. I was happy how it works even with prismas and other pencils. And of course I can use it for the travel coloring. Next I purchased things which I will need for future tutorials, for the background and for coloring full. This is brown ball pen by Faber-Castell and grey fine liner by Faber-Castell with 0.4 tip. I prefer to do sketches not with black liners but with grey or brown, so I was quite happy to discover that now we have also this Faber-Castell fine liners in the art store, because before we have only some Chinese brands and it was quite difficult to get Maped or Stabila, and this one create a very smooth and nice line. And finally I purchased 5 new colors of Faber-Castell polychromases. I tried to select colors which will be suitable for coloring faces. And here I have light flesh, medium flesh, cinnamon, caput mortem violet and bistre. I hope that now using these colors and maybe adding some colors from prismas, I will be able to improve my skills of coloring faces. I thank you for watching and for sharing my joy with me. When I got new art supplies, I always got such a huge burst of creativity, so I am now eager to start using all my new pencils and paints. I hope that you also have a wonderful time playing with your art supplies. Happy coloring to all of you and see you soon!